Dexter Resurrection Episode 6 just dropped, and it had some major emotional beats, big character moments, and it might have just given us one of the best twists of the entire season and maybe even the series. Let's talk about it. Spoilers ahead. We open with Dexter at his new apartment talking to Blessing, whose mother has unfortunately just passed away. Dexter was planning a day with Harrison, but now he's going to the wake, so he calls Harrison asking for a rain check. Harrison steps up big time here in a very emotional moment, not only getting Dexter a jacket, but agreeing to go with him to the wake so he isn't alone. We even get a Hannah flashback here, showing why funerals hit Harrison so hard. Dexter teaches Harrison how to tie a tie, tells him both of his mothers will be proud, a callback to Harry teaching Dexter how to tie a tie in the OG series flashback, and then Dexter promises his son never to disappear on him again. At the wake, everyone's celebrating instead of mourning, and Dexter takes a cat figurine from Prudence's collection and reflects on her wanting to die surrounded by love. But he still has to fake a tear when everyone is touched by his words. Classic Dexter. Meanwhile, Charlie finds Red's place abandoned and alerts Prater, who calls Red really Dexter during the wake. Pretending to be Red, Dex agrees to meet him. I think the writers did well giving Dexter an excuse for Leon as to why he hasn't been at his apartment. He needs to be anonymous, and as soon as Charlie found him and broke in, he left the apartment for good. That works for me. Elsewhere, the detectives interview a man who was supposed to be Lady Vengeance's next victim. He sets off some major alarms when he says Mia told him that he'd be her first victim in New York. Her partner isn't convinced until Angel Batista shows up and explains what he thinks happened. He thinks Dexter Morgan taught Harrison all he knows, and Harrison took out Ryan, cut up the body and disposed of it, and cleaned the crime scene meticulously, and then Dexter planted the watch to save his son. Claudette is interested and allows Batista access to Mia to show her a picture of Dexter to see what her reaction is. Dexter meets Prater at his mansion with Rapunzel and Gareth. They worry Mia might talk, but Prater claims his FBI connections will keep things quiet. Gareth is acting very different than he usually is in this meeting, very arrogant, very boastful, but more on that later. Charlie then visits an underground gambler, handing over cash for reasons we don't yet know. Dexter starts tracking Gareth, and he follows him to a bookstore, finds a note in a true crime book, 8 p.m., and realizes it's a meeting setup. Later, Gareth confronts Dexter, but Dex drugs him and takes him to his makeshift table. Meanwhile, Harrison babysits Elsa's son Dante, who has asthma from black mold, in his room. When the landlord shows up and insults Elsa, Harrison imagines stabbing him in the eye, but he doesn't do it in real life. The dark passenger is still there, but Harrison is fighting it. Dexter takes out Gareth and is about to clean up when Blessing knocks, sharing words from his late mother about leaving darkness behind and keeping it out of his house, which hits Dex hard considering there's a corpse in his tub. The anxiety here when Blessing walks into the bathroom and fixes the shower curtain was off the charts. At lunch, Harrison admits his violent fantasy to Dexter, and Dexter assures him he's not a monster, he just has a temper, and that makes him human. He has a temper like his Aunt Deb, but he has the Morgan sense of justice as well. He says Harrison can do anything he wants to do and be anyone he wants to be, and promises that he'll be by his side to help him throughout the process. The detectives arrive to meet Mia, but she's found dead in her cell, pronounced dead by the man that was bribed by Charlie. Is she actually dead? More on that in another video. As Dex heads to meet Prater, he finds him waiting with a helicopter, but then a car pulls up and out steps Gareth, the man he just took out. The truth hits him. Gemini is actually two people. The entire time we've been watching brothers, not just one man. Another amazing Dexter episode. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews and some major theory videos coming very, very soon.